Cancer, let's clear some smoke. Let's take a look at energy surrounding your situationship and its status. See what the energy is while we're here for you. All right, so let's get some cards out. Divine may have 3 best cards for energy regarding why we're here about Cancer situationship status, please. What is the information for energy or why we're here, please? 3 best cards. Confidence. Decisions. And let's see. Why are you making such poor decisions when you clearly know the consequences? Okay. Your gut is telling you to do a thing, and you're getting message after message after message, intuitively led, gut led, and you're suppressing that information in some way or form. Confidence, a heightened human emotion. Display it gracefully and with kindness. Use this to your advantage by being a positive example to others in the mental reasoning. It feels like you're on the fine line between confidence and arrogance in this situation. Actually, this is always mutual energy because there's 2 people going on here, so we're always speaking on getting perspective and insight for both sides to get to the center, to find the median. In regards to the energy and the next steps forward. And essentially there was a great deal of confidence that both of you all were stepping into this situationship, both knowing full well what you wanted, what your expectations were, and you both said to each other that you were going to fulfill those needs that were asked of you. This is what I can do, this is what I can do, this is what we can do together, etc. But now there seems to be this fine line between confidence about what's going on and arrogance as to think that things are still the same, that there hasn't been a check-in recently to know how everyone is doing and what the expectations are, if you're meeting those expectations, if there's something lingering or a situation or a conversation that has happened that has somehow soured the energy between the 2 of you all. Okay, decisions is that in the environment. Use your voice, value your desires. You have every right to make a decision too. So again, that energy of going along to get along, not calling each other to the carpet in the proper ways, not using effective communication to say what's going on, because there is a fear here of losing what you have, because you don't want to necessarily lose the person. But what good is it if you lose yourself in the process? If you're not who you say you are, if you're not who you think you are, then what are you really? And at that point, you just become a vessel or a tool for the other person, because you're not really in it for yourself. And you have to be in it for yourself in order to be of good service and to be able to serve anyone else that you're in connection with. So why are you making such poor decisions when you clearly know the consequences? There we go. We just talked about that energy. So all right, baby, let's get to your details here. All right. Deep breath. Open mind, open heart. Be ready. Let's get ready to receive what the divine wants you to know. Divine may have 5 best cards. Some more details out here of what's going on with this opening energy, please. 3 of Swords. Page of Cups. Oh, sorry. Well, yeah, Page of Cups probably very necessary at this point. But 5 of Cups in reverse. Well, would still indicate that Page of Cups energy. But anyway, let me stop trying to. 5 of Cups in reverse. Let's move on. 10 of Swords in reverse. Eight of Pentacles upright. And the 5 of Wands. Okay. It's that confidence, borderline arrogant energy. So, your situationship partner is entertaining other people. Now, because you all are in a situationship, okay, that's fine in terms of the agreement, in terms of the rules and the regs of a standard situationship policy, like a standard NDA. You know, on our downtime, time that we're not together, we do what it is that we want to do. We entertain who we want to entertain. As long as those two worlds or two worlds don't commingle or the two people don't collide, everything is everything. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to, etc., etc., etc. However, the confidence always was because of the fact that perhaps, one of you had put to the side at this point all of your other dealings. You just basically have just really put your interest in all of your eggs in one basket with the situationship status because potentially you were feeling a stronger connection. Okay. However, you did not discuss it. You weren't saying how you were feeling. You thought that since you felt it, obviously they were feeling it because if they have to be feeling it if you're feeling it. We're mirroring each other, correct? Mirroring is also like miming. I can do a lot of things that mirror a person. It's like, remember when you were a kid and what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I don't know. And you start talking at the same time. Stop it. Da, da. Same thing. We're gonna mimic each other, right? It's one thing to be in the same wavelength and vibe and frequency and energy. Okay, because eventually what's being felt is going to be said. But here it's just keeping up with the status quo. Okay, when we're together, we're together. When we're apart, we're apart. Okay, what you do on your downtime is what you do on your downtime. Shout out to Usher. Okay, however, one of you, the energy mutual is you're breaking your own heart because actually both of you, they are beginning to pick up and feel that you are getting more serious about things. You may be asking questions with this Five of Cups and this Ten of Swords in response to what you've been seeing, what you're seeing, or what one of you is seeing or feeling with each other. And now you're more inquisitive. You're asking more questions, but you're asking questions in a roundabout way as to the only reason you're asking these questions now about more commitment or had you ever thought about us being together seriously, et cetera, is because you're seeing them act and move differently with other people. And and it's implying that they're moving towards another person and moving away from you. So now the question is, well, this is how I'm really seeing things. Ten of Swords in reverse at the center. Neither one of you want things to be over, but you both have different, very, very, very different ideas of what not over looks like. Okay? Not over and done. Okay? The Eight of Pentacles upright is wanting to build and expand on what you have. But the question is, are you going to build and expand on how things currently are? Is it just going to be another day? It's just another average day, another average Tuesday. We're still doing all the things that we've always done. We're not changing anything. We're not changing our situation. We're not changing the status from situationship to moving towards relationship. We're not doing that. We're not evolving this. It's a situationship. It's what it's always been. The Five of Wands is here where now there's a fight. Now there's anger. There's underlying pain. Why are you making such poor decisions when you clearly know the consequences? And perhaps this has happened before. Okay. In that time, the person played into your hands because whoever they were dealing with opposite of you wasn't really worth the time, the effort, and the energy to lose dealing with the other, right? So let's just say they had started seeing somebody showed them interest and they were like, oh, cool, we can go out a couple times. I'd like to see what's going on with it. Again, in the parameters and the safety of the decision of you guys to be in a situationship. But perhaps one of you applied pressure to the other. I don't really like this. What's going on with that? Blah, 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 blah. And it was more direct, and it was like, if you're going to be dealing with this person, then, obviously I'm not going to be dealing with that because X, Y, Z, whatever the reasoning was. And the person determined that you had more value to them or the other person had more value than the person that they were seeing outside of this particular arrangement. And so they said, fine, I'll stop seeing them. This time, though, that's not what's happening. And also in respect is because of that, and it's a roundabout way because then you all were fresh. It was I could take it or leave it. Now you guys have been moving so long together. It has the benefit and also the disadvantage of this long-term connection that you guys have been dealing with, still in the same parameters of a situationship, but the trick of it is that you've been doing it so long. So now there seems to be this situation of loyalty that's going on. You're betraying the trust, you're doing everything else, but in reality keeping the same process and procedures that's always been between y'all. But now there's someone that they really are moving with, like moving with, and moving, it appears to be moving away from the other. And that's where this Five of Wands energy is. Now I'm pissed off. You know, like how she's, the little girl, the young lady is throwing away the roses and everything. All of the little gifts or things that you've gotten over the years, now you're looking at them with disdain and anger and and it was so phony and so fake and all these things, but which was once the most beautiful things and it was so sweet and everything else, now it's trash because your emotions are not being matched, because you haven't resolved that this is the game and you've been a willing player, and now they're playing elsewhere. They're in somebody else's sandbox. And it's up to you to resolve how you feel about that. Meaning A, reevaluate the program, adjust, and move forward. Or don't adjust, let the situation die, and move on. Okay? It's up to you. So let's see how this is affecting you personally, my lovely Cancer. All right, Divine. Nine of Wands in reverse. Empress upright. Okay. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse. And then the Princess of Cups. Well, there's the Page of Cups. So you feel like you've gone too hard in the paint here. But yet and still you're not getting what you want. So you're going to try to do the crab thing, the Cancer thing, and go around it and come back around, make another rotation. And see if you can, and be patient enough, and then they'll get tired of the person. Because this person has, you know, you guys both have downtime. You've done things too, but right now it's really polarized because it's happening to you and you don't particularly care for it. And it feels like this person is really doing they're doing a 180. They're really leaning towards this new situation because it's a new connection. It's like a new toy. So of course they're going to put their old trusty on the shelf, not throw it out, but it's in the toy box, like a Toy Story type thing. You know, Woody is mad. Okay, Woody is no longer the favorite toy. In came Buzz Lightyear. And now Woody is like, hey, wait, I was your best friend, Andy. And now, not no more. Buzz is here. But what happened? Buzz and Woody ended up figuring it out. So, the Nine of Wands in reverse on this Three of Swords, you know, clearly saying you're not ready to give up on the connection. You really value them and love them and care for them. However, this Empress energy here is that's where you feel you should be placed. You want total commitment from this person. You the hop, skip, jumped over the Queen of Pentacles energy and like, we have been doing this for so long. However long that is for you guys, your history with each other. I have proven time and time again, I've outlasted all these hoes. I've outlasted every last one of these hoes. I feel you, I'm with you, 100%. But you didn't get that paperwork signed. You can't just, come on, we're going to talk. You didn't get that paperwork signed. You going on a handshake, right? You got to get that paperwork signed, that verbal agreement, that verbal contract. You got to hear them say it back. Say exactly what we're doing. You're going based upon, moods and energies. No. I mean, yes, but no. There's no intention. The intention is a situationship. That has not changed. If you want it to be a relationship where you want to show up in Empress energy where it's going to be reciprocated, because what good is it to be giving all this Empress energy and Nine of Pentacles in reverse, keeping all your eggs in one basket? Okay, and eggs are hella expensive right now. You keeping all your valuable, you taking yourself off the market, knowing full well it is the highest price out here right now. Good quality people can demand excellent price. And you said, no, I'm taking myself off the market. Without the paperwork, no contract, no good faith payment, no nothing. No, that's not good business. Remember, you are your business. You are your brand. You determine how people are going to do business in your store. When people come in and you just let people walk in and just, take whatever you want, however many you want. You don't have to pay anything. What about your overhead? What about your basic costs? What about your costs? What about your operating costs? You're not even gonna cover that? You're not even gonna wholesale the shit? It's just free? I mean, if you're doing it as like now, if you're doing it as a charity thing, fine, cool. But I don't think this is a charity operation. I don't think this is like a food pantry or something. Don't seem like that because it's you. So you just gonna you gotta pay. What you putting in? What's going on? I need to see something. But you just it's okay. Then the Two of Pentacles is here, clarifying the Eight of Pentacles. If they're not looking to expand in the direction that you want to go, how are you going to balance that? You're trying to figure that out. Well, how do I balance this? What do I do? So the Princess of Cups is where you've been placating and, making poor decisions. And I'm so sorry. Like 1 minute you snap out, you get into your emotions because you're not resolving them. You're expecting them to do something to help you resolve your emotions. I really wish it worked that way, babe, but it don't. You're going to have to you have to resolve it within yourself in order to make peace with the situation and thereby them. You're going to have to figure that out. I know you think they're wonderful and great and everything else, but you ain't been doing nothing else for how long? They are still out and about. You hung up your pimp cake. You haven't been doing anything. And with the energy out here, especially with this Empress and this Nine of Pentacles, you surely can really get high market. You can get the best price on the market right now, but you're not looking at Eight of Pentacles out here, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Nine of Wands, you're not too, you don't got no bad attitude, no shit like that there. Five of Wands, you got a problem, but your anger is, you keep it contained. But then it bursts forth. That Five of Cups in reverse, you don't feel guilty, but at the same time, you're ashamed of it. You're ashamed of the fact that they don't recognize you as the Empress in their life, as who you are. You want them to see that. No. You want them to exalt you in that way. You want them to treat you as you treat yourself. No, because you didn't set your market. You didn't set your price. You just let them come in the store and just get what they want and put out. They paying in IOUs. I got you. I'm gonna take care of you. You might. No shit. You ain't putting nothing up. I just got a drawer full of IOUs back from 2020. Okay, long time ago. And I still ain't got no pay. Ain't even paying no partial payments. But still constantly making withdrawals. At some point, you're going to have to cut off the line of credit. Enough is enough. They making minimum payments. They just hold in place. Interest is accruing. You keep lending them out money. You keep lending them out time. You keep lending them out all your precious goods. And all they doing is making the bare minimum payments. And you've gotten so used to that, to accepting that, you think that's the best that you can get. No, I think you need to really take a look around and see who's really watching. Time for you to let me look up a bit, because you've been so focused on them, like laser focused. You haven't looked around you to see who's in your orbit, because you're so very busy, very, very busy trying to stay on their planet when you haven't even checked out what's happening on your own. Okay, this Princess of Cups, they're going to apologize that you're feeling this way, that you've been made to feel this way. They know that they're doing too much, and this is probably their MO, their modus operandi anyway. We've got 2 5s out, which is the constant energy of conflict, change, and expansion between you two. There's conflict, then things change, and then it looks like things expand. But really, the expansion is your feelings towards them. They just do the conflict and change and resolve things, but then they stay right where they are. Your feelings keep growing and evolving for them, because every time it seems like they make the effort to make you happy, it signals to you that they love you even more, that they're taking you even more seriously. You're going on how they make you feel and not on their behavior. But then the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, you see them out and about with somebody else. And they may feed you a story or tell you this or tell you that. And then eventually they'll come and say, well, that's how it goes between us. Once they get tired of having that conversation over and over again, because you keep talking about it, but you're not doing anything about it. Why are you making such poor decisions when you clearly know the consequences? You keep telling them this. You know what's going to happen. They're going to do what they need to do to keep you around, because there's Empress energy and Nine of Pentacles here. You're everything about you is tight and right. And they know having you as an ace up their sleeve is a hell of a play for them. And they know that you love them. But the problem is they don't know that you love yourself more. You got to, at first and foremost, you got to resolve that within yourself. There's nothing wrong with being good to people, but you need to be good to people that truly deserve that from you. In their personal life and giving them, it's one thing. That's, you got to, do they deserve it? In the capacity in which they're getting it. All right, so let's see. What does the divine want you to know moving forward? Two of Cups in reverse. Princess of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Moon card in reverse. You know what you got to do. You don't want to do it because change is irritating. I understand, darling. I do. Change is irritating. I don't feel like having to go out and do all this, but do you have time to keep being irritated and pissed off with someone doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing, and you want more? You've just evolved. You're looking at things as they should want to change too. No, they don't have to change. You've changed. Your taste in relationship has changed. And now it's time for you to find a store or a place where your taste, that serves the type of things you want to taste. The situationship served the purpose, but the safety has come in the longevity of it. But you haven't really built anything with this person. This Empress energy showing up, there's nothing else around it reflecting back to you that this person is on that same page. You've grown, you've balanced. I mean, you have Empress here and Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse is signaling that you want more. Mentally, though, you think with this Ten of Swords in reverse, you shouldn't give up on them. It's not that you're giving up on them. The connection. It served. The situation is done and over. It served its purpose. You had fun. It was great. Cool. But now you're taking yourself seriously, and therefore you should deal with someone who takes themselves seriously in terms of what they want romantically. Two of Cups in reverse. You guys are you're no longer in unity with this relationship. You're not in unison. It's not emotionally balanced any longer. Okay? Because you're out of alignment with each other because you want more. And you can't force somebody to do something that they don't want to do. It's not about them rejecting you. It's not about them not saying that you're not good enough. You shouldn't be seeking their fucking validation anyway. Because this is about you and what you deserve. And you don't have to explain to somebody that you want more. Like, well, I just think no. If they know and you've had these conversations and they're not doing it, they're already telling you that's not what they want. And more importantly, that's not what they want from you. Don't take it personally. Take it as, okay, cool, it's time to move on. Don't make it personally. Don't internalize it like, oh, well, you're not saying am I not good enough? Do you think you're not good enough? Is it because they say you're not good enough now? Oh, well, you're not good enough? Who the fuck are they? Do they know the work that you're doing behind the scenes? Do they know your heart? Are they your personal Jesus? No, they're not. They're a human being out here doing what the best that they know how to do. Not good, not bad, just what it is. Are they a bad person? Are they a demon? Are they a beast? Are they ugly? No, they're just a human being. And human beings do human things. We're not perfect. But it is only solely up on us to make sure that we get the things that we want, or at least we try to. Okay? At the center of things, the Princess of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. The divine is asking you, it's time to venture out. It's time to put on that freakum dress. Okay? Bust out that John Wick suit. Get that Savage on. You know what I'm saying? Pull out that pimp cake. Shit, I almost forgot I almost forgot who the fuck I am. Woo! Time to get out here and do a little something. Do a little something strange for some change. Shit. Drop it. You can't drop it like it's hot. Let it down like it's warm. But it's time to get a little pep in the step, baby. Good time to put that shine on. Let them know, hey, where have you been all my life, child? Under a motherfucking rock. But here we are. Okay? Plant that seed. You see how it's shining bright like a diamond? And then that moon cloud in reverse. Ain't no mystery in this here. You want it, you get after it, you'll manifest it. You stay here, you know. It's a waste of time. The person is not evil, but you could do better. Shit. Let's just be, you can do better. You can do better. You deserve better. You want better. Go get it. Okay? All right, my dear Cancer. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, darling, for your time and your energy. And remember, back then is not now. Always be in harmony with your surroundings. Stay sucker free. Hope to see you again soon.